Hello and welcome to the information about Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living program. My name is Tiffany Reed and I'm a Regional Vice President in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My background is in nursing. I've been a nurse for 16 years, and honestly I was very skeptical about this program because I think we're so pharmaceutically trained in the medical industry. But as I watched people over a year and a half go through it and see some of the amazing things that are happening to their bodies and to their health, I decided to jump in, and I'm so glad that I did. It was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. So I'm going to tell you today, we're going to talk about what this program is and what it's not. First of all, it is a healthy lifestyle change. Like, we teach you about how to do things, to live a better lifestyle, and it's more about education and empowerment than any sort of fad diet or counting calories. It's not a weight loss program either, although most people do lose weight, but it's something that is almost a side product of getting healthy. It's all over Facebook, all the education is. So we have people that participate from all around the country. Right now we have people in it from the UK as well. So you get weekly meal plans, you get education, accountability, and coaching. If you have problems, then you just ask questions, and it's wonderful. So what's going on with our country, with our health? As a country, we are one of the most overfed and undernourished countries in this world. And the American food supply has just changed so much in the last 20 years. We've started genetically modifying foods, which is actually where they take the DNA into a lab and scientifically change what a food does. That's been happening since 1995. And that has created a lot of problems. And farmers are actually paid to grow corn and soy in our country, and almost all of it is genetically modified. So they have to get rid of it somehow, and they're feeding it to our livestock. They're feeding it to us. That's why they have ethanol gasoline. It's made from corn. That's why they have high fructose corn syrup. So it's just the root of a lot of problems. We have a lot of toxins in our system, and that's basically anything that is inside our body that is not a nutrient, that's really not supposed to be there. And we get toxins from all different places. One of the biggest places is from skincare and self-care products, because what gets on your skin, a lot of it gets absorbed in your system, and sometimes it can even make it into your blood supply within 26 seconds. So that is a huge thing, and that's why Arbonne's self-care products are so important, because they don't have toxins and things that we don't need in our system. So these are the signs and symptoms that start cropping up when you really need to address your toxin load. So a lot of Americans have these symptoms, and I'm sure that you do too, and there are ways to address these symptoms. The reason we have them is because, and we think about it kind of like a bathtub. So if you've got a drain, which are your organs, which are trying to filter out and get rid of the toxins that are entering our system, and our faucet is usually wide open. We've got toxins coming from everywhere, coming from our food supply, coming from, water, cleaning supplies, getting through our skin, all sorts of things, our skincare and makeup, cosmetics. And what happens is we're actually gonna slow that faucet down, and we're gonna help support your elimination organs so you can get rid of things faster. This is a good visual, and actually extra toxins in our system are stored in fat cells, because that's how your organs are protected when they're overloaded. So what happens when people try to lose weight by traditional dieting or exercising a lot, and they don't address their toxin load, is that you actually become very toxin dense. And so biologically, there's a reason why people rebound on their weight, because your body needs the storage. And so most people in America are on this roller coaster, and they're just beating themselves up about it because they feel like it's their fault. So what happens when we address your toxin load is a lot of times your body will actually release a lot of that fat because it's not needed for storage anymore. So we do this in 3 steps. The first way is we teach you how to eat clean. And basically that is decreasing the toxins that are going in through your food supply. We teach you how to buy things correctly, how to buy meat correctly. Like for instance, Food Inc. it's a documentary about the meat industry in our country. And just for example, they're actually feeding the cattle grains because remember, it's really cheap because we have too many because the farmers are growing it. So instead of eating grass, they've got grains and their stomach is not made to break that down. And they actually were making a new form of E. coli trying to break down the grains that was contaminating the meat and it was killing people. So their solution to that problem is to rinse the meat in ammonia and re-dye it and sell it. And this is just one aspect of our food supply of what's going on. So we teach you how to buy vegetables, which ones are important to buy organic and which ones can you save your money on and buy conventional. Which fats are good for you, which fats are not, which ones do you never want to eat, and which carbohydrates are acceptable that can help your blood sugar stay stabilized, and what not to eat, because man-made foods are definitely not clean eating. The second part of what we do is we eliminate allergenic, acidic, and addictive foods. So balancing your pH is the first part that we're going to talk about. So I always thought your body regulated your pH on its own, and it does to some extent, but if your diet is heavy in either direction, so is your body. So acidic foods lead to inflammation, which is the basis for almost every disease. Bacteria, viruses, and cancer cells thrive in an acidic environment, and most acidic foods are man-made foods. That's why it's so important. Alkaline foods, they actually starve out the disease process and create an anti-inflammatory environment. Blood sugar levels. Balancing your blood sugar is a huge part of what we do because as a society, we eat way too much sugar and our pancreas actually overproduces insulin because of those levels. So people are all over the place all day long. And if you think about in mid-morning or mid-afternoon after you've had breakfast or lunch and you've had a huge blood sugar spike, usually because people are eating things that are high carb and sometimes high sugar and caffeinated, you get this big insulin release when your blood sugar spikes up so high. And a couple hours later, you're actually feeling hungry or like you need a nap or like you're needing to snack on something, and it's because your blood sugar is actually low at that point because of the insulin release. And people are like this all day long, and it makes us not feel good. So these are the things that we eliminate for 30 days, and sometimes this list is a little rough, so just hang in here with me. Refined sugar, we understand why that would be bad. We just kind of talked about your blood sugar levels. A lot of people feel like they're doing themselves a favor by doing artificial sweeteners, and I would say that artificial sweeteners are actually even worse than sugar. There are over 90 medical conditions that are linked to artificial sweeteners: headaches, migraines, seizures, joint pain, depression, fibromyalgia. So we use stevia, which is a natural plant-based sweetener. Processed foods. I think we kind of understand why those wouldn't be good for us, so we're not really going to talk about that either. Dairy. Dairy is one of the reasons that I did not do this program for 1.5 years because I love cheese. But I will say that dairy is very highly acidic. And we as a society, like as human beings, are the only species that drinks milk after infancy, and much less a different species milk. And we're taught that we need milk for calcium. And there is calcium available in so many other things that do not cause inflammation like dairy does. And actually, this is a little bit gross, but there's a certain amount of pus that's allowed in milk because of the way that they produce milk in mass quantities, and the cows get mastitis and they still keep milking them. And depending on what state you live in, there's a certain amount of pus that is allowed based on the state. Okay, whey protein. Whey is made from dairy. It's actually a dairy byproduct. When they're making cheese, it separates into curds and whey. So it's the water from the cheese making process. And they figured out how to make a lot of money on it by selling whey protein. But this is what the Mayo Clinic has to say about whey protein. It may cause abnormal heart rhythms, changes in cholesterol levels, headache, increased diabetes risk, increased fracture osteoporosis risk, kidney dysfunction, liver damage, stomach or intestinal symptoms, which there's a long list behind that, and thirst. So really, it's not as good for us as we think that it is, or what some people think that it is. Okay, gluten. Gluten is actually the sticky protein that's in wheat. It used to be about 5% of the wheat grain. And because of crossbreeding, like wheat is actually not genetically modified, but they do crossbreed it to get the kind of wheat that they can process faster. Some of the wheats are now up to 50% gluten. And that's why all of a sudden a lot of people in our society are having problems with it, because we're not made to process that much gluten. It has been linked to focus issues, migraines, ADHD, asthma, and it causes pot belly. And in the book Wheat Belly, it says that 2 slices of wheat bread it spikes your blood sugar higher than a Snickers bar. So people even feel like they're trying to do the right thing, and so it's just not as healthy as we think it is. Okay, soy. Soy is highly processed. Over 90% of it is genetically modified. It's very acidic, and it also mimics estrogen in our bodies, which is a big problem in the society because soy is everywhere, and they're trying to get rid of it because that's one of the crops that the farmers grow, remember? And there was actually a paper from a Colorado university that said 3 ounces of soybean oil has the same estrogen mimicking properties as 3.5 high-powered birth control pills. So there are a lot of issues in our society that this is linked to. Okay, coffee and alcohol. Coffee is highly acidic, it's addictive, and it has microfunguses that actually grow on it. And I know this is so hard for a lot of people, but we have something to help you, so don't panic. Alcohol is a sugar. It turns straight into sugar. There's a lot of gluten in alcohols, and it's kind of a poison in our system. Peanuts, corn, and potatoes. Peanuts is the only nut that we eliminate for 30 days. It's a legume, it's a high allergen, and it actually has micromolds that grow in it because it's an underground crop and it grows in the little paper shells. Corn, it's highly genetically modified. It turns into sugar very quickly in our system, and some of the corn's actually genetically modified to kill the worms that eat it. So who knows what it's doing to us. Potatoes are sprayed with chemicals to decrease the sprouting, and they turn straight into sugar in our system too. Sweet potatoes are actually allowed, so just potatoes are the only thing that are out. And this is a pretty hefty list. But the third part of what we do is we teach you how to get through this. So just a little bit about Arbonne and why our products are different than what you can get in this country. We're 36 years old, and our research and development labs are in Switzerland. So that means that our products are formulated to European standards and not American standards. And even though we make our products here in the United States, they're not to American standards. So this is how you get through the day, and this is what makes this program different, because people that are trying to learn how to eat clean on their own, it's very time consuming and it can be very overwhelming and difficult, and most of us are just too busy for that. And this is what makes it possible. So the vegan protein shakes, they come in chocolate and vanilla, and they are vegan proteins. So they're made from pea, brown rice, and cranberry proteins, and they have 20 essential vitamins and minerals. You do 1 shake a day if you're just wanting to do weight management, and 2 shakes for weight loss because it helps you regulate your calorie intake, even though we don't count calories. Okay, Bizsticks, the energy drinks, this is what helps replace coffee, alcohol, pop, things like that. And they're pomegranate and citrus. You can have 1 to 3 a day. It helps break the addictions from other caffeinated beverages. It's got B vitamins, and natural sources of caffeine are guarana and green tea. It's alkaline farming, and this is one of the biggest things because your pH is important. We just talked about it. It actually helps suppress your appetite, boost your metabolism, increase your energy, focus, alertness, and endurance. I don't know what I would do without these things. So the rest that we're going to talk about is focused on helping your elimination organs. We eliminate toxins in 5 major ways: through your kidneys, liver, colon, intestines, and skin. So first is fiber. We as Americans need 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day, and we don't get near that. It's a sponge for toxins. It also helps us feel full and not feel like we need to eat as much. Oh, this is also something that is odorless and tasteless. You can put it in your shakes, or you can put it in your spaghetti sauce or with your scrambled eggs. Wherever you want to put it, you can put it. Okay, the detox tea. This detox tea can be served hot or cold, so that helps if you like the coffee hot in the morning. It's an herbal blend with milk thistle. It supports cleaning and detoxification of your kidneys and liver. There's no caffeine in it, so you can do it at night. I'm going to skip over here to the 7-day body cleanse, because you do this actually in the 3rd week. So you've had a little bit to normalize. Your body is normalized with your new diet, and you don't have to take a week off of work, so don't worry. It helps cleanse and detoxify your liver, colon, kidneys, GI tract. Your gut will hold a lot of waste in your gut, and this helps get rid of a lot of that too, because we don't want that in our system. And it's very gentle, so that's why you don't have to take off work. Digestion Plus. This is one of the most important things that we do, because as Americans, our intestines are not optimal because of 2 things. Because of our over intake of sugar, which helps build yeast in our gut, and the use of antibiotics, which helps, it actually kills a lot of our natural flora. So we have prebiotics, probiotics, and enzymes for digestion in this little thing. It's so great. Our lower intestines is where up to 80% of our immune system is located, and the majority of our serotonin, which is responsible for mood, sexual desire, appetite, sleep, and memory, is produced in your gut. I didn't believe that. I had to go look it up. And most of your skin conditions actually start in our gut too. So it helps with all that. If your gut's healthy, usually you're healthy. This is what a sample day looks like on this plan. Most people do 2 meal replacements. You can do it for morning and lunch. You can do it for dinner if you want to, but you can have snacks during the day. And then if you want, you can do a meal from our meal plan, or you can just, as long as you follow this guideline over here of what portions to put on your plate, you can do anything that's clean. So it's very flexible to anyone's lifestyle. These are some before and after pictures of people that we actually know. So this is Jane Strickland. She lives in Muskogee, Oklahoma. She lost 25 pounds over, I think it's 3 months. And she always says that she's short, so it looks like she lost 50 pounds. But it's great, because I know that she didn't work out while she was doing that. Rebecca, she works with me at the hospital. She actually lost 65 pounds, and I forget what time period this is over, but I know she didn't exercise because she was recovering from a surgery. And what happens is most people lose weight and they feel so much better that they want to start exercising. Now, these people were actually athletes to begin with. Brooke was a fitness instructor, and losing weight was very difficult for her. She said if she lost 5 pounds in a year, like that was great for her. She lost 30 pounds, and I forget what her time frame was, but it was around 6 months or so. Roman, he's an ultra runner, and he lost 40 pounds over several months, and it took 4.5 hours off of his, because they run 100-mile marathons, so it took that much time. And he made a new PR, which if you're an athlete, you know that that's a really big deal. These are some other people. This is a husband and wife couple that's in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma, that had amazing results. But here's the deal, is that you can participate in Arbonne however you want to. If you just want to purchase at retail, you totally can. There's a 45-day money-back guarantee on everything that we have. So if you don't love what you have or what you bought, you send it back. And that applies to this program too. I mean, how many weight loss or get healthy systems guarantee what they have for 45 days and you can get your money back? Hardly any. So this is really amazing. 2, you can save. As a preferred client, you can sign up for $20 and you can purchase at least 20% off. But there's some sets that you can get for 40% off. And that's the clean eating set is 40% off. And so you can buy everything we talked about for 40% off. And you get a $50 free product, and they waive your $20 sign-up fee. So it's just a great deal. And this is incredible because people can get ID numbers in any state, anywhere. So they don't have to be close to you. They don't have to be local. Then you can earn money with Arbonne. And there are 3 ways that people can do that. They either sign up as a consultant to get the additional discount for themselves. You can use your discount to sell to your friends and family, and you can make enough to support your own Arbonne habit. Or you can use this to make money, which is what we'll talk about here in just a second. Just briefly. Okay, so this is the 40% off set that you would need to participate and get added to the Facebook group where you get all of the education and you get all the meal plans. Also, for most of my consultants that have customers that are local to them, they will actually take you to the grocery store if it's possible and teach you how to shop, teach you how to read labels and how to overcome marketing. And that is just priceless information. So you get 2 bags of shake, you get 2 boxes of BizSticks, you get 2 boxes of detox tea, and everything else that we talked about today. It's $255, $60 plus tax and shipping. And probably for about 90% of my customers, this saves you money. Sorry. Because this is replacing 2 of your meals every day. It's keeping you out of Starbucks. It's keeping you out of the drive-thru, even though we do teach you how to eat out. But your grocery bill, you know exactly what you need and you eat it. So that is how it saves so much money for people. The other way that you can use it, turn an expense into an income, is by doing all your personal care products through Arbonne, because that's how you know that you're not getting a lot of toxins in your products and they're getting absorbed through your skin. If you're going to be detoxing through your food supply, then you need to be mindful about the products that you're putting on your skin. I'm just going to go through this super fast because I thought that businesses like this were making a little bit of money and that was not worth my time. A district manager makes anywhere from $2,000 to about $1,000 a month. We train people how to do that in 1 to 3 months. And this is all part-time work. All of these different levels is part-time. I don't know anyone that does it full-time. Area manager, average anywhere from about $1,000 to $4,000. At this level, you can actually will your business to your family for 3 generations. So this is actually an asset that you build that you can give to your children's children. Regional vice president, this is the level where our team is right now. They give $800 for a Mercedes bonus. You can get whatever Mercedes-Benz that you want to drive. The average income at this level is anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000 a month. This is what allowed me to step away from full-time nursing and really pursue what it is that I'm passionate about, which is this. National vice president, the average income at that level is $22,000 a month. And the people that I know that are at that level are really doing things that matter, to really change the world with that kind of income. So you just tell the consultant that invited you to listen to this what you're interested in, because we are not pushy. You decide. If you're just interested in products, you're 1, and that is okay. You're 2 if you might be interested in some more information about the business, or if you're interested in signing up for a discount or hosting, because we can show you how to earn those sets so you can participate in the Clean Eating Challenge. The 3rd way is if you know that you're interested in the business, and we can give you information about that as well and help you get started, because with Arbonne, you're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. And we are looking for people to help spread the word about this information. There are people everywhere that are perishing for their lack of knowledge. They think that they're going to the grocery store and the things that they're eating there and they're feeding their family are safe. And we want to help change that. So thank you so much for your time and finding out about our program. And we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.